All right, so I have pulled the ring from the pickle, and I did not see any actually solder that got into the joint. So that obviously on my part was a massive fail, which is okay because that happens and that's how I learn. So what I'm gonna do here is get another piece of solder, and I'm actually gonna get two. I'm gonna cut off two here. I'm gonna do the same thing where I put a little bit of this wire there so I don't lose it. Maybe there's a better way. This seems like a pretty simple way to not lose solder all over the place. There's one, and I'm gonna do one more piece so I can have a backup. There we go. And this time I went and grabbed a paintbrush. My paintbrush is here so I can use that as a better application method. Okay, I'll put both of these, actually put these up here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply. There we go. This is probably a lot better. So with the application being a lot better, I think that's gonna work. Yeah. Oops. That's fine. I was kind of wondering if I could do that, but that's definitely what it did. Had a piece actually pop through. Ha, funny. So I'll put some of the borax on here from the. There we go. There we go. All right. Put the ring there. I'll put the first piece. Oops. Butterfingers today. There. All right. Well, let's try this again. Let's see what happens. Heat that seam up. The solder wants to flow where the heat is. Interesting. So I got that first like boil off. I'm surprised we haven't got any color yet. Up the heat a bit here. I'm surprised I have not gotten it red hot yet. What we'll do here is I'm actually going to put this on its side and see if using some of the refractory. Wow, that looks a different. Look at that, right there. Within a second of putting that, changing that angle there, it instantaneously turned to liquid. What I'm trying now is I've heated this up so much, I'm curious if just almost sweating the metal itself is going to fuse these two pieces. Using that bounce back heat. If I can just fuse it using, I mean there's a little bit of solder there, but actually just using the metal's own strength. And I also have my backup piece here, so what I'll do here is I'm going to keep heating this, keep this nice and hot, and grab our little backup piece here. See if that will flow into any space that seems needed. So I'm definitely gonna call that a, I don't know if that's a success or not, joint. Until I kind of hit on it a little bit, because that joint could be, without my, like I said, from my perspective, not knowing exactly how every metal reacts, I would consider that a, that could work, or that could be a terrible failure. The solder piece, that second one I did seem to flow in there nicely, but that could just be because how hot it is. Let this thing go. Oops. Yeah, see, almost. There we go. Did heat those pliers up quite a bit. Keep those careful, those. But joint. Put this on there. So right now we're at about a 7-ish. Grab. I'm gonna grab my mallet here and kind of see where we're at. So we have our, so that actually fits not too bad. Very nice, very nice. So that's some progress there. So I don't see any damage after that. No damage to the ring. No damage to the seam there. That's good. I'm going to do a quick little, take this and tap out on just a little. Kind of flashing out a bit there. So, okay, we're going to call that first little bit there a success, or at least a passable non-failure. There. Move this out of the way. Put a rag down. There we go. Gonna grab our file. And give us a little bit of a even everything out here. And since I didn't, it should all be pretty soft because using that heat, the heat was pretty high, so that should keep it from having any type of tempering on it. So it should be pretty malleable. Or sorry, it pretty much annealed it pretty soft, nicely. So what I'm doing now is sanding. This will remove any of my imperfections from my cutting that I know was definitely not perfect. So you can kind of see the color changing there. Some of the shiny bits. Obviously, the shinier part is where the file is hit. All right, so now we have sanded down the sides, and we have a really nice straight surface that we'll be able to put our solder or silver ring next to. So essentially we're taking one of these on the next step, creating one of those and putting these together like that. So I'm just going to do some more cleanup, throw this in the pickle, kind of let it get rid of any of the extra material here, but we're just going to kind of clean this up. We have no edges. Right now you can see there's a little bit of not perfectly flat. Just do a little bit of clean up here. All right, so there is our base bronze ring right here. Looking pretty good. Actually quite happy with that, to be honest. There you go. There is our base bronze ring, nicely squared off, so that we can then solder our other ring to it. So thank you for joining me today. We'll be taking this and working on the next part later on, taking our base bronze ring here and then eventually soldering with the silver. So hope you have a great day and see you next time.